Ladies and gentlemen, we have another great announcement from Lackawanna County investing in our future. We have great attractions and great events all throughout Lackawanna County. There's great reasons to come here to vacation. There's great reasons to come here and spend the day. We have great sports with the rail riders. We have so many great attractions in our community. And back in 2013, I started discussing one more event that I felt that Lackawanna County was lacking at that point. And at that time, I was the minority on the Board of Commissioners, and I made a motion back in 2014 that Lackawanna County would set up a committee to look into bringing a county fair, and it was voted through unanimously. It was a great day. So in 2015, you know, if we're going to have a committee, we have to have qualified people that are going to be able to come up with these ideas, make this happen, make this work. You know, in the back of my mind, I could picture it happening. I could picture where it was going to be, but we needed the right people to be able to do it. So in 2015, we asked for qualified citizens to submit their resumes, and they did. Lots of them. Late 2016, the committee was approved to see if it was feasible for a county fair. Over year and a couple of month periods of meetings, conferences, calls, on the road for fair conferences, you name it, they came back with their recommendation. And at this time, I'd like to thank our committee who put tireless hours in. Chris DiMatteo, Mark Godin, Robert Nolde, Armand Olivetti, Dominic Perini, Shirley Pritchett, James Rodway, Corey Suzz, Michael Toludo, Ron Williams, Rick Notario, Administrative Coordinator, and also Jessica Kalinowski, Josh Alward, Jeremy Ruby, and Kurt Camoni. I'd like to thank them for a job well done. I believe that this is going to be a great draw to Lackawanna County. I believe that this is going to bring some great family memories to our community's households, and I think people will travel from far away to come to our community. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. At this time, I would like to unveil the inaugural Lackawanna County Heritage Fair, May 29th through June 2nd, 2019, first fair of the season. I'd like to thank our other partners, Lackawanna County Visitors Bureau, the Pavilion at Montage Mountain, SWB Rail Riders, Montage Mountain, and Live Nation Entertainment. It takes partners, and it took a committee to make this happen. Next week, at the Commissioners' meeting on Wednesday, we will be voting for the authority itself. I am so happy for this to come to fruition. Like I said, I've talked about this since 2013. At this time, I'd like to introduce Commissioner Lorraine Cummings.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out, and thank you for the committee for all your work. Commissioner O'Malley, I look forward to seeing the results of something new coming to the county, and hoping that it all works out great for all involved, and I'm looking forward to attending. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Attorney Armand Olivetti of the Fair Committee. Good job, Armand.
Thank you. I know it's hard to imagine a late spring fair on a cold day in March with snow sliding off the roof here as we're speaking. But that's what the plan is. About 14, 15 months from now, we hope to be able to successfully stage the inaugural county fair at this location. On behalf of the members of the study committee, we want to thank, first of all, the Board of Commissioners for their confidence in the committee and its report and deciding to move ahead with it. We also thank Live Nation, Montage Mountain Resort, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, and the Lackawanna County Visitors Bureau for their participation and cooperation in both the study and the report, and for their involvement, their agreement to remain involved with the county fair. The proposal is for a public-private partnership, and the location on this mountain was selected specifically because of the availability of the resources and the willingness of those entities to participate with the county to make this what we hope to be a fantastically successful event. Personally, I want to thank the members of the committee as well for their perseverance over the past 24 months to get us to this point, and for a job well done. The committee they deserve it. As the commissioner pointed out, it was all volunteer work, and there were people who worked with us who are not here today.
Yes.
But, and one of the reasons why we think this is going to be a successful event, and I'm off script here, so I hope I don't screw it up, but I want to commend the commissioners on a great job in appointing a committee that just went into it with both feet on the ground. These are all people who had experience in staging fairs or festivals, and it didn't take the committee a long time to get warmed up to the task. We had personal knowledge. Many of the members of the committee had personal knowledge on staging these events, budgets, things of this sort. So it enabled us to get right into the matter quickly and to start focusing in on, for example, the theme here is a heritage fair as opposed to an agricultural style fair. And there were reasons for that, which we're not going to get into today, but I'm sure with time some of that information will get out to you and you can develop those things. But the committee feels confident that the fair will come in on time in about 14 or 15 months and on budget. The study committee members will now transition into either it's going to be a county fair board, I assume, or a county fair authority.
County fair authority.
And the committee has continued to meet even during this transition period here so that we don't lose the momentum. We keep things going and keep things on track for a late spring 2019 fair. We will be inviting public participation in the development and staging of the fair, including themes and events. That's going to take some time for us to get an idea for what we want to do, but once we have a general idea, we intend to invite public participation to put flesh on the bones. As we move from the planning stage to implementation, we will be asking for volunteers from the community to assist with the day-to-day operations of the fair. In other words, when we stage it, we're going to need a lot of volunteers to help out because obviously it's an inaugural fair and we don't have a budget right now to work with, apart from a very generous donation by the Visitors Bureau, I might add. They have budgeted, the Visitors Bureau has budgeted $50,000 so we can get things moving, and we thank them for that. But a lot of the success of this fair is going to depend upon volunteers across the board. So we'll be asking for volunteers from the community to assist with the day-to-day operations of the fair, and we hope that our friends and neighbors from all around the county will help us to make the event a memorable success. Again, thank you to the commissioners, to all of our friends up here on the mountain, and to the committee members, and we hope to be back here about 14 months from now telling you what a great event it was.
Is it going to be warmer?
We hope so.
No snow.
And you need to get this stage heated.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to thank the committee again. Thank you. This was something that I was thinking about in 2013, and now we're standing on stage in 2018, and it's going to come to fruition in 2019. Thank you for all of your work. Thank you for all your help, and thank you for all the hours that you put in. And last but not least, I want people to know that this is not going to fall on St. Ubaldo weekend, because that's out there. It is not going to fall on that weekend. Does the press have any questions? Or
Can you talk a little bit about what a heritage fair is and what the differences between this and other county fairs?
The traditional county fair is an agricultural fair. It's usually staged later in the year, a harvest type of a fair. And we are not an agricultural county. In addition to that, the committee's assessment was that for us to begin with the traditional agricultural fair, we would have to invest a lot of money, which we don't have, obviously, in infrastructure. So, after giving it some careful thought, we concluded that a heritage fair which celebrates agriculture as a component of our local heritage would work. We also took into consideration that an agricultural fair would, staged later in the summer, would be in direct competition with all the other local agricultural fairs, as well as some of our own local festivals, like, for example, La Festa, which comes on Labor Day weekend. And our thought was that the purpose of the county fair was to complement what goes on in the county and not to compete with it. So consequently, and it was Chris DiMatteo who, in fact, I think started recommending an early season fair. And once we decided to switch it to the beginning of the summer rather than the end of the summer, agricultural themes didn't really make much sense. So we started looking at the concept of a heritage fair instead, which would celebrate our local heritage, industrial, obviously, commercial, ethnic, the ethnicity that comes along with having an industrial base in the late 1800s and early 1900s. So once we decided to switch to the heritage fair concept, we took a look at where's the best place to stage it, where's the infrastructure existing that we don't have to go in and start from scratch. And this mountain was the obvious choice because we have this facility, we have the ski resort, and we have the baseball stadium, all of which have ample parking and other types of facilities already in place so that we're not reinventing the wheel. So the idea of the Heritage Fair is to celebrate our local industrial, commercial, and agricultural heritage, but agriculture will not be the primary focus of it. And the decision at that point to switch to a heritage fair made this location a good choice to start it. And then, you know, the thought was that at some point we might be able to expand the fair to other locations within the county besides up here on the mountain, for example. And this is just future thinking, but we might be able to connect, given the time of the year, when we have the events down at the iron furnaces in the city as well, we might be able to connect the fair up on the mountain with the festivities down at the iron furnaces and with the Steamtown National Historic Site. Use the trolley, use colts to provide bus transportation. In other words, to have a county fair which is in multiple locations so that people can travel from one location to the other and really have the advantage of seeing what the county, as the commissioner mentioned, what the county has to offer. McDade Park, the coal mine tour, Steamtown downtown, the iron furnaces in early June. The committee really viewed the fair as an opportunity to market the county. I mean, it's a good time. It's supposed to be a good time. But in addition to being a good time, it should also be an opportunity for the county to put its best face forward, not only to its own citizens, but the people who might be coming in from the area, interested in maybe relocating here or starting a business here or something of that sort. So to the extent that we can start now, plant the seed and let it grow and bring other venues, I'm going to call them other venues, into the concept of the fair, connected to McDade Park, connected to the downtown, maybe connected to one of the other county parks where we might be able to expand an agricultural component of the fair where it can be accommodated, more so than up here on the mountain. That's long term, but that was the thought of it. You start off with a heritage fair because we have the facilities here to do it.
Will it physically be here under the tent, or?
It will physically be here under the tent. That's the reason why we're announcing it here.
Yeah.
We felt that this was the perfect place, and we started the talks in the beginning. I said, we should be looking at the mountain, because the big thing is, most fairs are usually out in a farm area, and a lot of times you're parking in fields and stuff, and you might be parking far away. Everything is in very close proximity to this area. So we'd have all the music here, rides over here, over that way, the food tents, and everything else would be over there to the left. You're right. But that's what the whole idea was. And plus, like you said, the infrastructure. Bathrooms are here, we can bring the Job Johnnies, and it's really accessible. It's just off 81. People, 15, 16,000 people come up here to watch shows at Live Nation. Thousands of people go down to SW Yankees. Thousands go up to Montage Mountain. Everyone knows this location. It's very easy to get to, and it's very accessible. So this was the perfect opportunity for all of us. And we have a lot of great partners here, and I just named all of them. But partnerships matter in this situation completely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out today, and hopefully we'll be seeing you in 2019 at the fair.